Alright, so yeah, we've got Greninja from Moke coming up against the Samus of Afrosmash. Starting off on Smashville.
3, 2, 1, go!
And Afro just getting that little bit of charge value while Moke has to approach him. Afro just wasting all of that resource. Up air from Afro. This is going to be a set that's going to be won and lost in the neutral, I feel. Like, this is doable for Moke, I feel. Right now, holding it very even. Both of these are sort of burst range characters. So, like, they're both sort of going to be a sort of similar range. Definitely as, well, at least when Samus has Charge Shot online. When she doesn't, she has a lot more of a want to run away so she can get it online. For exactly that reason, Afro just covering every tech option there with that Charge Shot. Moke just being slippery with his movement there, sliding around. But not letting Afro hit him. And calling out Afro's air dodge, but Samus is heavy. Probably looking for... Oh, too early for an up throw up air. So Moke chooses to go for the stage positioning instead with the back throw. Side hit of up smash.
Oh my god!
Not gonna do it. And Afro is now surviving at 130% against the Greninja of Moke. You could see Moke there just trying to find that back air. Not quite getting the read right on Afro's recovery. And Afro now is slowly getting there. But Moke takes the first stock with that forward air. 64% in it. It's possible, but Afro is someone who you often see it snowballs with him. Like, might be a small advantage in game one, then it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, you can even see it between stocks. They started out relatively even, and then Afro just pulled it out, and it's getting more and more in his favor as time goes on. But Moke getting a good opening there. And really showing off Samus's inability to land. Afro taking a solid 40% or so there. Just from losing neutral once. And suddenly Moke's right back in it. All it takes is one confirm at this point for Moke. But you can say the same thing about Afro, especially with that charge shot on lane, which he just burns. And Moke just reads that landing and hits that forward smash to take game one. Could the Northern Boy be about to take down the number 3 in the UK? Well, number 3 in England. And that was only game 1. We'll have to find out. We'll see if Afro can adapt in this game. That last game was won on basically one neutral win. And Moke just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until Afro was dead, basically. So we may well end up seeing a more explosive style of play coming out from Moke, rather than the pokes and neutral we were seeing at the start of game 1. Up air. Afro managing to get the setup, but Moke not having any of it. That was a setup reliant on Moke jump air dodging, which I know a lot of players have a habit of in that situation. But Moke was just saying, no, I'm just going to stay below stage where it's nice and safe. There's a lot of tomahawks coming out from Moke right now. Or a lot of empty hops. And I feel like Afro is not falling for them. Does Shadow sneak in neutral? I feel like that was a misinput. Either that or Moke is just messing around. Backdoor, sending Moke off stage, claiming the entire stage for himself. But manages to tech the downer. And right now, and that forward smash is gonna do it. And Afro evens up the scores. 1-1, but the counterpick advantage right now lies with Moke. Gets his pick of the entire stage list. Of course, we're running a real stage list, not the recommended rule set. And so Moke chooses Town and City. Trying to see if he can get... The default thought right with Town and City is, oh, they're trying to kill off the top easier. Which I guess is true for Greninja. He does often kill off the top between like up smash and up air. But I feel like the biggest gain out of Town and City is like the ability to move around platforms effectively, right? Because Battlefield, you have to be good at moving around Battlefield effectively. But Town and City, you've got to be good at moving around basically every sort of platform effectively. And it favors characters with like high mobility and high variance, right? Which Greninja absolutely is. And Samus is a lot more like defensive corner tank character. I'd say doesn't quite have that ability to pull it out on Town and City in quite the same way as Greninja. Oh, just the fear by just standing next to that shield. You can feel Afro just being like, what is he doing? I don't know what's happening right now. Alpha just falls out of it though. Oh, and he gets the lock, but he whiffs the grab. And almost as like recompense, goes for the down smash. Is like, okay, I've whiffed the grab. I'm just going to double down on my mistake. And he died for it. Very laggy grab to whiff there, Afro. But not taking too much damage for it. Manages to get his advantage state back. Sends Moke into the sky. Moke using the balloons to land in a tricky way. Just playing very carefully, but pulling that forward smash out of nowhere to take Afro's first stock. Just getting caught out by respawn invincibility there. Moke just getting hit by charge shots. And suddenly giving Afro no reason to approach. Just like, oh, if I can shoot you with charge shots, why not just shoot you with charge shots? Here that Moke really has to try and get his way back in, but that's not going to happen if he dies and loses the game. You can't win if you lose, folks. You can't win if you lose. And Moke just running it back to town and city. Just gets the grabs. Samus falling out of them, interestingly. I wonder if it was a timing thing or if Afro just has godlike SDI on the rapid jabs. Afro gets one upper, gets the second upper. Is he going to keep going all the way to the sky? Not quite. Afro manages to air dodge that last one. But Moke keeps it going with that up smash on landing. Getting a decent percent lead for himself, about 50% ahead right now. Moke trying to get cute. But it does feel this game like Moke has a lot of momentum, but all it takes is one opening for Afro. Moke gets the down tilt, not quite connecting the up smash afterwards though. Moke very smart around that shield, but getting a little bit too risky. But landing that tech and protecting this stock. If he had missed that tech, then it would have been curtains for his first stock. Jab, Afro looking for the dunk. Like that does bring him back into it incredibly quickly if he manages to connect it. Nah. And Afro, because of Moke struggling to kill here, he's just allowing Afro to get Moke into these death percents. But Afro accidentally side B'ing, I think. I feel like he wanted to bomb there to stall, but accidentally side B'd, which put himself too low below the stage. And just completely losing all of the advantage he was gaining from Moke struggling to kill and find the kill confirm. So now Afro's just got to go back to nickel and diming his way to get Moke to the kill. Nah, doesn't get anything off it. And that back air is going to do it. Incredibly strong move in Samus's kit. Just hearing Lucretia scream and legitimately thinking there was a dog in the room there. And at this point, Afro isn't that far off. There's still only about a 50% difference in it. Up throw. Moke gets the drag down but doesn't get the down smash. Afro has clawed his way back to being completely even here. And is that it? That is indeed. And Afro advances in winner's bracket, sending Moke down to losers. I have been Verd, and I'm going to see if I can get someone else to jump on commentary, because I'm about to fall asleep here. It's been a very long day for me.